Hello people of the internet. So I was contacted by Colorya to review one of their books. I was quite excited because I know some other colorists have been asked to review their books as well, and they look really interesting. I know they do a really nice range of mandala books, and as you know, I do love a mandala. But this isn't a mandala book. This is the colouring book called Four Seasons, obviously by Colorya. They're a French company, so it's in French as well there. Yeah, let's have my first look ever at a Colorya book. So you are doing it with me live. It says on the back, winter is an etching, spring a watercolour, summer is an oil painting, and autumn a mosaic of them all, by Stanley Horowitz. So there you go, that's a little intro. So let's have a look. Now first of all, the book is portrait, which is most books are, but it is spiral bound, which is unusual. The only other spiral bound books that I know of are the Colour It ones, which you can buy over here, but they're really expensive. They're really only available in America. So let's have a look at, at the book. I was going to say it has a cover. Most books have a cover. You know what's thrown me off is the fact that it's spiral bound. Most books are like, they all have a cover, but okay, so it has, oh, there's a page there. Wow, it has a nameplate page, and I would say that paper, that's not paper, that's card. I would say that's the thickest paper that I've ever felt in a colouring book. I'm just trying to see whether I've got my paper gauge. I have. Let's see how thick this paper is, and then we'll compare it. It is, I am wobbling it around so I can't see the number, 0.31 millimetres, which is quite thick for paper. It's card really. Okay, then it says, thank you for choosing this colouring book as your next artistic adventure. As a small French creative company, we at Colorya have dedicated our hearts and efforts to develop the best possible creative products with solely one purpose: to bring more colour, joy and happiness into your life by helping you let go of daily stress and immerse yourself in the wonderful world of art. Oh, that's a nice sentiment, isn't it? So even that page is colourable really. Now it says scan here. Don't know what that scan is for. Let's have a look. Simply scan the code with your phone and join our colouring group on Facebook. Okay, so now we turn landscape for the inside. So we have a picture of a cottage and some gals, and the next one is a field, I'm guessing, with some plants. This one has some perspective of it disappearing up the path with some trees. I would say they're quite simplistic drawings, but they're quite detailed colouring pages, if that makes sense. Then there's a door with, yes, door of a cottage with plants around it. That's quite nice. Oh, that one's Japanese influenced, with a crane or a heron and some bamboo and some cherry blossom. That one would be quite nice to do. Oh. Back this way now, with some sheeps and a robin in a field. It's very springtime. I guess we're on spring, aren't we? Should have thought of that, as it's called the Four Seasons. And then we have its chickens, and then a cottage again with plants and trees blooming. I guess we're in summer now. We've got a butterfly, all the plants are out. We're looking through the window. There's a horse and some washing. Must be summer. Can't dry clothes on the washing line in any other season. Beautiful poppy page by the looks of it. These all look like poppies to me. It's very nice with some bees. Definitely summer. And we're at the beach. Palm trees, seagulls, lighthouse, hibiscus. Must be in the Caribbean somewhere. And then and again, got butterfly. No, that's not a butterfly. That's a hummingbird. You really can't tell the difference between a bird and an insect. I'm guessing again this is somewhere really not hot and a Hawaiian ish rather than the east coast of London. Again, another summer one. Sun rising in the mountains, a hammock. Shoes are off, no idea where the person is. And the apples on the tree now, so maybe we're approaching autumn. Yep, definitely. Here's the apples for autumn. I'm picking the apples and they're falling, the leaves are falling. It's a bit of a story, isn't there? Could make up a whole story for this. Yep, we're in the forest now with a tiny little squirrel and some deers, doe, a deer, a female deer, mushrooms that are bigger than a squirrel. They're big mushrooms, don't eat those mushrooms. And then in the countryside with leaves falling from this oak tree, definitely an oak tree, they're oak leaves, with some pheasants in the back foreground. And now we're going to harvest time. See, there's all the wheat fully grown, and the what is that they roll up on the fields? Is it straw? Straw, isn't it? Or hay. Again, more ploughing of the fields. And oh, sorry about the sun. Look at that. That's what happens when I have my blinds open. You can see everything. I'm going to have to just rectify that. Hold on. That is actually the best I can rectify it in the current bright sunshine angle that I have coming through the window. So we'll carry on. So we're in the fields with the grapes, the vine leaves. Whoops, I've missed one. So thick. It's actually okay, now we're on a tree. Still got its leaves, but there's mushrooms and forest, and there's an owl. Back this way again. We've got some birdies. There's some conkers coming, so we're back in England. Leaves are definitely falling off of these trees. Ducks in the lake. Oh, I've just noticed the tree's got snow on it, so we must be heading into winter now. Yep, it's a tree that's fallen into the lake. We must have just had Storm Eunice. There's a fox and another fox curled up under there. I think that's got snow on it. This is a definite snow scene one. The trees have definitely got snow in it. Snow's on the mountains. Okay, now we're heading to definitely, you know, starry, starry night. Candle. Is that candle floating in the air? Or is that the stars are making, you know, like the great plough and the bear and all that kind of stuff. There's one called the Candle. There might be, I've got no idea. Snowman, we're definitely in the depths of winter now. This is Edinburgh Castle. I'm not sure if it is Edinburgh Castle, but there's a castle up there. So we're back in England. There's a bridge, snow. This is probably snow. Snow on the trees. Must be in the Highlands of Scotland. And we're in log cabins, trees. It's a nice one. I'm not quite sure what these blobs are. I'm guessing they are supposed to be snow. Snow on the bridge, snow on the mountains. Now, are we coming back around to spring again? Because these are water lilies that are opening up. There's a water lily there, and one coming down there. So make sure you're down, because the sun's going to really... yeah, I think we're back into spring now. There's a peacock. That would be intense colouring, that peacock. With the tiny little leaves as well there. It's going to be some... And that's it, back to spring. Now, this paper is really thick, so you could do anything on this. Alcohol medium, pencils. But there you go. So that is my first ever look at a Four Seasons. Now, I'm just going to compare it. I have one of these, because let's just move that to one side. One of my lovely friends in America, Nicole, sent me this. And it's my first ever colouring, and it's Colour It book. And it's the only other book that I know that's ring bound, and that also has really thick paper. So let me just compare the paper. Not as thick. Move it together because the sun's way open the curtain. How do we do? Yeah, it's gone enough for it to not create the weird shadows. Okay, so paper wise, much bigger. I mean, is this true A4? Yeah, that is proper A4 size, whereas this book is probably American paper size, 8.5 by 11. We're not reviewing this book, I'm just comparing it. So this card is really thick. This is, everyone who knows Colour It books will know that this is thick. But this is thicker. So I'm just going to measure it as well. Okay, so that's 0.23 millimetres, 0.23 millimetres, 0.23, and this was 0.34 millimetres. 0.34 millimetres. So there you go. Let's put the Colour It one away. Now, interestingly, I love mandalas and I love colouring books, but this colouring book isn't my style of colouring book. I guess it's kind of got a sort of Rita Berman-ish vibe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this away. Yay! So if you are in the UK only, sorry, please could you comment and below if you'd like this colouring book. It's brand new, it's just been released. It's linked down below if you want to buy it. But if you would like to be in with a chance of winning it, please could you comment down below. And if you could comment before next Friday, which is the blah 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 blah. I think it's the 18th. I'm going to put it here. If you can comment down below that you'd like the colouring book before next Friday, I will post it out on Saturday, the 19th, I think it is, when I go out taking my mum shopping. So if you'd like this and you want to be in a chance of winning it, please comment down below saying I would love to receive the Colorya book, and I'll do a draw. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and thanks very much Colorya for sending me a book to try, because I've been interested in these books and the thickness of the paper is something that's really good. So I might look into getting the mandala ones for myself, maybe. Anyway, thanks very much for watching everyone, take care, bye.